Fredrin. So there might be a couple of adjustments from Aurora for game number 3. Maybe they still retain the Fredrin, but also add some late game heroes to the mix.
Let's see if there will be a change onto the map as well. I think it's going to be Dangerous Grass. Okay, right on cue.
We're feeling lucky. Feeling lucky today, Athena. Oh, that's a good stat line for these two teams.
100% win rate here for Aurora 2-0, and even for Team Liquid, it's quite high.
Yeah, 75%. But what matters here is that they actually get a dub. So Aurora removes the Yuzong, they remove the Yizong Gen 2. So TLPH, they get two choices here. Either they ban 1-1 or they ban the Lancelot. But Aurora, I think they're expecting to get the Lancelot for themselves. But even then, there's a lot of trades for TLPH. The Carthes can just take up the Hayabusa again on red 3. Maybe they even first pick Granger and Granger Gadot
just
for two picks.
Just to take away the momentum here for Dominica, although it's already been broken for game 2, because for first and second game, so far it's still a Granger Pryor here for Aurora. So just not to make it too obvious that you're like nurturing too much or you're protecting Dominica so much, and now for TLPH, it's up to them to try and get the deny, or Aurora gets a hero as early as an Arlet here for Edward.
They were trying to trap TLPH into thinking that they're gonna get the Lancelot. So yeah, first pick Granger, because they don't want the Granger going over to the side of TLPH. But this does favor TLPH because we just came from a game where both Yizong Shin and the Lancelot was off the table. So now TLPH, they get to pick whether they take the Fredrin or they take the Hayabusa. I think the Hayabusa is the safer route because I don't think you go Fred Arlet here because there's still the Phobius on the side of Aurora.
I do agree with you with the Hayabusa pick, considering that this is a Ranger, and just give the Fredrin to Demon Kite if you're TLPH, but if you're Aurora, might as well just don't pick the Hayabusa. We want that for Demon Kite. And a hero for Sanford, I believe, will be a perfect opportunity. But Hayabusa and Lunox Midnight.
I think the idea is you can't go Uranus. You can't even go Alice on the side of Aurora. This is smart from TLPH. So I think for Edward, you go Lapu or Arlet. But the problem is you set up such good heroes for Sanford that he gets to decide whether he wants Alice or Phobius on red 3.
TLPH being consistent onto attacking Mr. Consistent here for Aurora.
Such a good draft, honestly.
You cannot just ban out heroes here for Sanford if you're Aurora. You have to consider it with this first pick, Lunox, that you have to be capable onto being buffed up and buffed up Fredrin and get that catcher here for Aurora.
Yeah, Athena, he gets to pick Alice again for Sanford. He might go Lapu, honestly, but there's no downside in taking the Alice now because it's still the same thing. That you get Alice now, you remove some of the counters, and then Aurora's left with nothing. So you go Alice, and now they remove Lapu, there's no Yuzong anymore. So just the Lapu, honestly.
It makes it easier to draft if you're TLPH. And Sanford is like, okay, don't mind if I do.
Okay, they still remove the Arlet. They respect the Arlet Edward.
Arlet Edward making miracle plays with the finals. Vengeance, actually. The Vengeance is the
Vengeance plays,
the cream of the crop here for Aurora. And now there are certain heroes like the Lapu still viable, but in my opinion, you could just go for the last pick here for Edward and look at what the red 4 will be for TLPH.
Yeah, they have to sniff it out. But for Aurora, I think Kimmy still works here. Kimmy, Farsa. I don't see any other heroes for Edward though. Cho being removed, I think just to limit the the flex factor on the gold. Oh,
okay, nice.
Mad respect to Sicilian. That guy hasn't lost in Sicilian, by the way.
That is a nice see-through here for Coach RC, and you're right, being it win streak here.
Wait! I want to see Oheb Gold Lane Lapu. I want to see Oheb Gold Lane Lapu. I've seen this in one of his live streams, by the way, and I think that's the reason why they removed the Arlet and they didn't care about the Lapu because they wanted to pick it gold.
Will they take that as a challenge? Will they grab that opportunity?
What do you counter it with? You can't go Esme, you can't go Uranus. There's a Lunox on TLPH.
different scenarios running through our minds right now. But even for Aurora, different heroes that are running on their minds to ban out. Still, the Khalid removed here for game number 3.
All right, I want to see it. I want to see it. Oh, give me Lapu. Give me Lapu. No!
Oh, okay.
Okay, at least it wins both matchups.
Okay, it's the best of both worlds for the CC. Deny, priority, and then somewhat of a flex still here for TLPH.
Because the thing is, Aurora, if they want to get Lapu here, I think you put the CC on XP and then you put Alice on gold. But for Aurora, I think best pick here is honestly Uranus or Esme.
But still,
they didn't go Lapu.
You're going to have a hard time, but it's the reality. You have to face it, right?
You kind of have to like address the elephant in the room. You're gonna melt to the Lunok. But the thing about TL's lineup is that they don't have a hard lockdown. So that's like, you know, the benefit of having the Esme and the Uranus. They're forced to get a hard lockdown. But they go for the Lapu. I still don't like the Eve though. Yeah, sure, it's up against the CC and the Alice, but this upcoming last pick from TLPH might just ruin everything for Aurora. Because honestly, Hylas is still good here.
Considering it's also the dangerous grass for Eve, it's also one of the heroes that I find it having a hard time when it comes to multiple ganks. Because for an Eve, all you have is the flicker, then the ultimate for the slight shield. But after that, you're so vulnerable to the attacks. But they've gauged the situation midnight, and maybe they found more pros here for Aurora. And then the Hylos for Daddy JP. Gold lane CC here for OEB.
It's such a good draft for both sides, honestly. Even though I don't like the idea of the Eve, the thing is, Yu is on the Eve, so he's gonna make this work. But this draft from TLPH just allows Carl TZ to go wild, honestly.
And looking at their index as well.
Yeah, it's all TL.
It's all about TLPH. Yes, you have card controls for Aurora.
Yeah.
But some of this might be somewhat of a disadvantage.
Yeah, it looks like the same game as game number 2, but TL has way scarier team fights in game number 3.
Same, but different scenarios here for TLPH and Aurora. Lock and loaded for our draft. Let's head on over for our game number 3. Who will get another point? Casters, it's your time.
You know what? I agree with Midnight and Athena. In addition to the draft, the way Liquid played in Game 2 definitely dictates the pace. They have the momentum going into Game number 3.
And I also have to say that I'm really feeling how much Coach RC wants to get his revenge back. He's been so commendable in terms of drafting for how many games in a row now. It was a bit surprising to see the Lunox immediately come in, but for the past few games, it's been such a high priority. But for Sanji to go this route, I'm hoping this is still signature aggressive Sanji, but that's a bit more balanced compared to game number 2.
I think it's signature aggressive everything for Liquid. Looking at the early game start, RORA posting up towards that Little Wanderer, stopping a majority of Liquid from crossing over. Even this XP Crab coin will be contested very hardly, and JP coming in, looking for a sneaky pull. Can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, it is an undefeated Lunox in the hands of the chef, Lone Stallion Sanji.
Yep, but it seems like they're really trying to make things a bit harder for Sanji. Yue on the Eve clearly has the range advantage, and they're probably gonna stay like this for a while. That's
right. More on Aurora's draft before any more action breaks out. It's a very M4 looking draft. Like, look at it. Look at it. These heroes are old school.
Yeah. Just now we had this, or I was asking you about, what was Sansan looking like again back in M4? Because now Sanford, it seems like the heroes are becoming a bit similar to that, but Sanji's been sticking with a very particular hero pool. He's been using less, I think, even compared to last season. So there are just certain options on the board for Sanji.
Yeah, if you ask me if this version of Liquid looks close to how they looked when they won in Jakarta in M4 a few years back, it's very different now. They've definitely grown. The turtle already very low.
Oh, shadow kill! Shadow through it just in time, but it's still not enough for Carl to steal away the objective.
Oh!
Now Sanford has to go down.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. RORA learned. Not like that, 4D, not again. He spent everything. The flicker, the Throne of Ruin, did not work this time against Aurora. Not so fast, RWM!
And the AOG to try and provide a bit more pressure. JP could not get out of that. So Aurora have been using so much, but OM down bottom! Can he take down Domingkite? It's not gonna be enough. Vengeance committed too, but Doming survives.
That is elementary MLBB. When a vengeance is popped, you just stop.
Stop.
Hands off.
Move away.
No means no.
Don't attack.
Don't
Sanji.
do it.
Oh, okay.
Synchronized shrieks.
Yes, he is not having a good time.
Next level synergy. Across the map, they're not done!
Sandboard, Gleam gets to keep him safe, but Carl cannot farm in peace. Demonkite's in his jungle. He even might steal away this orange buff. Look at how Light's blocking everyone else. JP and Sandboard trying to help him, but can he take it this time? He doesn't have the retribution.
Nor does Carl.
They push him, or they push Demonkite away.
That was a close call. If Demonkite stayed there maybe for 2 or 3 more seconds, that retribution would have come off cooldown and RORA would have committed Grand Theft Orange. Demonkite the main culprit and the rest of them accessories of the crime. Looking at the rest of the map, the bottom lane I think is the closest thing you can say as a neutral lane for Liquid because everywhere else RORA's winning.
Yeah, I'm liking how Aurora are starting to put in so much respect to this Hayabusa of Carl Easy. Because even in the previous game, it's like this Hayabusa single-handedly tried to hold down the early game for that very farm-heavy lineup that they tried to go for.
Oh my god, the flicker to save him!
Oh my goodness, the curtain call. Is it going to be enough?
AOG!
Everything's there, but Domingkite under the turret will not fall.
Bring it up. That's still a good chunk of damage reduction. They changed a lot of things in Project Next, but not the gold lane turret shield damage reduction. Turtle now at a 5th of its health. I think RORA can easily secure.
Even when Light had to respond to what was happening down bottom, Edward and Demonkite were more than enough to take this objective freely from Liquid. But there's another conceal play. Does Oheb sense that there's something going on?
Yep, he does. He had Daddy JP to check for him. Yue already made himself known, and then Light just flushed out those bushes. RORA up by 3,000 gold, under 5 minutes. This is a great start for Aurora. Yeah. What happened in game 2, I think, woke up a beast in him.
I agree. Now they're using this utility jungler, this Fredrin, so aggressively. And just as I mentioned that, he's walking back towards Liquid's jungle.
Yep. That's something you can't do as an assassin.
That is... Oh, thought Sanji was going to use the brilliance there.
Hold on. 2-lane push, top and bottom. The cavalry got a little cross-eyed, like they didn't know where to defend. That was free.
Is this the effect of just how good the pressure is from Aurora? That their jungler doesn't feel as free and that they are a bit more pressured to provide some assistance to Carl TZ?
I think, yeah, the answer is simply yes, because Liquid, look at this, they are a team fighting lineup, more now than ever. The other game they had a Moscow, so they could have split the map, but now they just really want to convert. They really want to win big and then take turrets. Without winning big, they can't take turrets.
Oh no, Carl!
Oh!
The energy eruption, the taunts from Demonkite. Now they gain access to the purple buff. Embracer's Wrath is dodged, but not the real world manipulation. JP gets stuck inside, but Oheb's just trying to do what he can. But they inevitably have to let go of that purple buff.
They stole away Carl TZ's buff, and they go straight for the turtle. Demonkite closing off the entry to anything from Liquid. No contest, even for this turret in mid.
Yeah, they really want to take it this time. This is the fastest we've seen both of these teams actually get objectives away for this entire series. Another turtle might go into the hands of Aurora. Never mind, I take it back. Carl TZ just pops in, steals it away. But do they want to fight? Throne of Ruin committed. Light will not pursue.
Bring it up, they did not respect the fact that Carl's retribution was off of cooldown and Demonkite's was not. And I think it was correct for RORA to do that, but they needed to clear the jungle first. They needed to make sure that there was no attempt. And Liquid, they rolled the dice, they flipped the coin. They They dropped everything to be able to secure it. Now they're looking to punish. 5 gold, 5,000 gold still in the middle of them.
Oh, they're going for Sanford. Oheb will not show himself anymore. He cannot afford to show himself. Aurora making quick work of all the remaining turrets. Sanji goes in, but all that just to prevent any more damage.
See, this is RORA just cracking that whip, reminding TLPH that, hey, you're still down this much gold, all right? 5,000, 6,000. Just the gold laners alone, 2,000 between them. That's what RORA needed to do. They needed to make sure that this lead would be all that mattered. And the fact that they did not check that little avenue, that little entry from Liquid side of the jungle to that turtle pit meant all the difference. So, you know, it's a final turtle. A little bit of mojo boost for the rest of the cavalry, all the fans here in Cuneta watching the blue side of the arena. Well, technically the red. Let's look at how Liquid can clap back, all right? Number one, stealing objectives. It's clear that CarlTZ has it in him. You got that dog to steal stuff, but are we waiting for Sanji to come online? Because Oheb, sure, is a gold laner, but he's a fighter gold laner. Is Sanji going to be the next in line to be that, you know, clean source of damage?
Yeah, I guess if it's Sanji we're talking about, he just needs to watch out for Demon Kite. Like, if he does go in, or maybe not just even Demon Kite, the real world's there, the Unbreakable's there. So positioning, as you would say to any Lunox user, is very, very crucial. They cannot just go in and make themselves vulnerable to Aurora, because that's going to be one of their main strengths. It's just blocking every single member who wants to dive in.
And that's why the Lone Stallion is keeping himself scared. Look at where he's positioning himself. Very far away, hidden from RORA. They'll never know where this Lunox bomb might come from. That Sanji DD, turtle at half health.
Yeah, but Yue's holding this brush too.
Lord, rather. Here we go.
Oh, now Sanji goes for Yue, but the damage doesn't seem to be enough. Edward jumps in with a Bravest Spider as a response, but Light, he's holding CarlTZ down. Sanford touches the Appraiser's Wrath just barely, and Hoeb goes in from behind, but for some reason Carl, he's bursted down.
And Oheb goes as well. Where one baby cake goes, the other follows. Sanji the only one left. It's a 2v1, Yue and Edward chasing him down.
Sanji tried, we saw it.
He did, and he was doing the right thing up until the rest of Liquid could not hold the line. Again, a huge gold diff. Items just were the main factor, firepower, and that's why Light was able to push back 3 and delay the inevitable.
I think he even had to use his flicker there just to get close enough to Yue, which we might get to confirm in this instant replay, which again, we will keep saying, oh, he didn't use that flicker, so it was just in this moment where he used it to find the right target.
The final reposition.
Oh, he got the takedown on him, but the damage, even when I think that... Okay, maybe we talk about that later on. Demon Kite takes the Lord. Edward holding down 2 AOG from Light. But will this be enough? Throne of Ruin already committed. CarlTZ's the first to fall.
Not like this, says Aurora. Not again. As Demon Kite takes down 40 after taking Edward. It's a wipeout pending.
Vengeance committed, but does that keep him alive? It's a no. A wipeout by Aurora.
The blinding lights stumble into the Stallions, and the Stampede is quelled. A Lord and 5 kills over to Aurora.
Now they will definitely be clearing the outer turrets, possibly even the top lane turret, base turret of Team Liquid. And that's exactly where the Lord is approaching, but there are no Holy Shields left.
Even bottom lane still standing. About 40 seconds left for that to make it work. Make it worth it to protect. In Aurora, they know that this Lord won't stand for too long. Liquid are in the danger zone. They are in self-preservation mode right now.
I just gotta say, I can't recall the last time CarlTZ got his hands on his purple buff. And that's probably making things a lot more harder for Liquid at this point. Sanji just trying to defend this mid-lane base turret. But they're struggling to do just that.
Liquid, again, the way that they've been so successful all throughout the later half of Season 16, even in the playoffs, is fighting in the paint. They like to really give it to their opponents and then, with conviction, dominate them. They convert. They don't steal. They don't try and go through technicalities and slip through the cracks, they convert. And they just haven't been able to. Again, one thing you mentioned is the purple buff. Honestly, if Carl DZ can't get his purple buff, that means he can't get to the rest of his jungle. That means he is so down on resources.
And what's scary is that even if he tries to just look for pickoffs and potentially trades across the map, Yue and Dominkite, I believe, have winter crowns. So even when there's a chance of a potential pickoff, that's just not gonna turn out good for Liquid.
Nothing. Shadow kills, forget about it. Brilliance into a darkness blast, forget about it. Hell, they've already learned Sanford's propensity for an ankle breaker Throne of Ruin. It worked in game 2. They were able to steal a game from out of nowhere, a stampede through Aurora in an 18-minute bout, but not this time. Aurora are choking Liquid out of these major resources that they so badly need.
That was such quick adjustment from Aurora just after that game. They're no longer caught by surprise, by any Throne of Ruin, by any shadow kill, not even the quad shadows. They're able to time their reactions perfectly.
And I actually take it back. I stand corrected. It's not because of the lack of Purify. Liquid just went too hard and too fast. RORA can actually play this way. Flicker their way out of that Throne of Ruin. Lord Dons began. Light with a conceal. Who's he looking for?
Carl DZ seems to be the target. Unbreakable land onto him. Edward is there, but he does not use the bravest fighter just yet.
Oh, look at Sanji and Sanford.
This is already enough to provide some zoning. Sanford decides to go in too, though, but Light can just AOG out of there. But he spots Sanji!
Edward commits the bravest fighter, Lord of the Aim of its health.
Oh, now they're after Dominkite, forces out the Winter Crown, but the Throne of Ruin again landing onto multiple members, and Carl! He gets the objective for Liquid, and they're fighting back!
Oh, have both traded out for Demon Kite, and that is Sanford gleaming on out.
He doesn't get to escape, and Sanji, he's trying to look for more!
Brilliance Blast takes out Dominkite, and it's just Edward and UL left. They take out JP. The GOAT stands alone.
He can clear the waves, but Yue and Edward, what could the plan be? The Lord is spawning right now, and they might not get to push any further. Carl still taking him on. Edward's all alone, receives majority of the Ogi Shadow kill, but he's so tanky.
All right, Edward here is doing his best to distract Liquid from taking that purple, and it's already too late. Yue yeeted away the purple buff once again from Carl Teasy. Let's check out that instant replay, that moment, that play that led to this very moment. Again, I could have sworn that Sanford and Sanji, the way they're positioning themselves, and we thought they learned their lesson. We thought Sanford was all out of tricks, but no, he still found a way.
It was perfect, because they knew that Doming did not have the Winter Crown anymore. And I couldn't even recall when Yue used his, or did he just choose not to? Oh, that's the moment he used his.
There it is.
So that's why he survived. But even Sanji, those last-minute decisions of still trying to fight, even when it was that dangerous, they probably had it all calculated either way.
So for a majority of this 15-minute game, Aurora have been getting away from the Throne of Ruin flicker, replace, instant transmission combo from Sanford, shoot through sheer mechanics. But the Apex Predator evolves, adapts on the fly, and finds a way to make it work again. So they cut that lead in half. RORA are now just up by barely 5,000 gold. So that means the firepower on Sanji and even Carl are catching up.
Yeah, he might actually go for, or the way it's looking right now, maybe a Holy Crystal next too.
He has room for 2 more items.
Yeah.
So that could be a Holy Crystal and what? One could assume Lightning Truncheon, or people don't build that anymore. The Lantern.
Yeah.
More extra damage.
And it's not going to be a great time for all those who keep standing in front of Team Liquid, of Light or Edward. They're just always the guys tanking the damage, but it's not like Sanji takes them head on, because he's always looking for different targets.
Yep.
But
Sanji has been very patient with his approach.
yeah, but even if that's been the case for him, once he gets all those items locked in, it may be a bit different. Carl, I think he finally got
yes
purple buff.
Without using a Retribution. If I'm not mistaken, Demon Kite used his. He did! I mean, no harm, no foul, right? We know
Yeah.
that they're going to dance in the next minute or so, but that's a clear sign again for those of y'all who are superstitious, who have a certain set of routine and beliefs. Much like Team Liquid, you know that Liquid have a set of beliefs, and if they do this, they will win.
Yeah.
If Carl TZ gets his purple, then maybe this changes things.
Especially as we're looking at a potential objective fight that's starting right now. Teamfight holding it so far.
Oh wait, no, that might have been an animation bug. I think Demon Guy did secure. Look, it's gone.
Or, yeah.
Huh.
So it wasn't...
He did it, he did it. That retribution was worth it for Demon Guy now. The dance fully breaking on out. That's a fourth of the health left on the Lord.
Oh, now it's a bit different. Light going in. Sanji already forced to use his chaos. But Demon Kite, while those were happening, he just took the objective for Aurora. JP, can he get out of this? Oheb still not going in. Now he does.
Oh.
But look at the real world manipulation. Stopping them in their tracks.
When it comes to honesty, no one can be RORA in a fight like this.
Sanford going in. But JP, he had to receive the damage from the Appraiser's Wrath. Sanji goes in as well. But this does not look like it's gonna be good for Liquid.
It's gone sideways.
Oh, but he still survives.
Sanji still takes out Demon Kite. Oheb holding on. Down goes Sanji. Oheb the only one left.
And now there goes another wipeout. With no one left to defend, Aurora will take match point.
One game away from the grand finals. One game away from that slot at M7. Aurora